Hello, you noble people. My name is the Noble, and this is me reading the Undertale and Deltarune 2025 winter newsletter. Toby has been kind of hinting that we are going to get one decently soon towards the end of the year. I'm not really sure what to expect with this. Some people have been kind of throwing out the idea that we could possibly see Chapter 5 really early 2026. It is confirmed to be next year, but whether that means we're going to have to wait till summer, maybe even next December or something like that. People are saying that it might be February, considering they are already on localization. Toby posted on his Blue Sky and Twitter that they're already on the Japanese localization, which last time that was only like a couple months behind. So I don't know. And they also have been developing Chapter 5 along with Chapter 3 and 4, so maybe we'll get it decently soon. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, let's hop into it. It's winter, nice, cute, funny picture of Spampton. That's the same picture that when he sprays Spampton, or Tenna, sorry, oh my gosh. Did I say he was... My brain is dead. Tenna sprays Spampton. It's the same sprite, but his arm is holding a Christmas gift. Cold water runs from the top of the sky. It's unavoidable, but eventually spring will show up. Not so wintry video. This has nothing to do with winter, but let's share another video from Deltarune Chapter 5's Castle Town. It's continuation from last time. You need to have Tenna in your town to see this one. Of course, this is a spoiler if you haven't completed Chapter 3 or 4. Oh, is this a continuation on the, them, like, drinking battery acid? Guys, costumes now. It's Tenna. Tenna, he's back? Hey, this ain't a fit. Who cares, rubber brain? Just put it on. Oh, something feels off. Just roll with it. There's no time. Oh, Tenna, whatever do you need, my pal? Oh, it's just Chris. Hey, Tenna, you's wearing the wrong costume too. That's not Tenna, you idiot. Why the heck could you knock like that? You made us dress up. And are you ever going to take that thing off? Oh, cause that's a shadow guy. Hey, I'm talking to you. What was your name again? Look, I'm not saying that. Can we just call you... Pluie? You want us to call you Pluie? You're Mike. Pluie is the name of the minigame. I like that they're because everyone just called these characters what their mini games were. So I think I love that as another fourth wall break. Like, why would you call you Pluie? That's what your mini game's name is. That's so funny. Is it like Lancer? Oh no. Oh hello. Someone needs a little antenna massage. It's Tenna. Get your costumes on. Not you. Oh, where are you? I guess. Oh, well, that's a new spray. I'm gonna guess this is what happens if you don't take Tenna to Metaton, because in Chapter 4, you can take Tenna to Metaton before you go to the Dark World, and then he'll leave your castle town. So I'm assuming if this is you don't take him. Hey, where is he? Where's Pluie? I want to see my little Pluie. Pluie's the name of the game. His name's not Pluie, it's Mike. Hey, don't get lippy with me, Dice Boy. I know Mike better than you, and sometimes he's a little cute Pluie. Now bring him out or I'm tightening your contract. Got it, boss. Oh boy, Mike. Now there's one guy who never lets me down. Hey, Tenna. Oh, Mike. You don't look very Pluie today. Yes. I don't feel very Pluie today. Well, a message is a message. Now, feel free to... Oh, no, it is a massage. Let her rip. He wants a massage. Hey, Mike, when are you gonna start the, I'm not doing it. Huh? I'm not doing anything for you anymore. You always were a jokester, Mike. Not when you treat the people who work with you like expendable trash. Trash? Mike, you know I don't do that. I'm always, adding lots of little bonuses to their contracts. Paid fruit vacation, leftover gloopy slime. I know what this is about. You told me you had bad feelings about that contract. That he wasn't supposed to sign it, that he couldn't. And if he did, something terrible would happen. Even though I knew that, I still made him do it anyway. How could it be my fault? I needed to be big. I needed someone just as anyone. How is it my fault he ran out on me? I could have helped. Whoa, we're getting actual lore stuff? Tana made Spampton sign a contract when he couldn't? I could have helped him. I would have. We could have been big together. You cared about him too, Mike. That's why, since then, it feels like you're not really here. Everything is fake. When the curtain falls, everything just feels like playing pretend. You know what I mean, Mike? Can we, can I see the part of the employee contract that stipulates fruit-flavored vacations? Oh, yeah, right here. I'm adding it. And then the slime. I can't forget the slime. I can never forget the slime. I think I need to go. Get more pluey. Haha, yeah, great idea, Mike. Great. Chris? I don't know if it's just me, but oh no! The size of Mike's ass seems really variable lately. Keep an eye on that for me. Keep an eye on his ass, or keep an eye on Mike. Oh, that was such an. I loved that. Okay, so we know whatever contract that he got spammed into sign apparently did something. I wonder, obviously, back in chapter 1 and chapter 2 days, we just thought every new chapter we would get a secret boss that was going to have something Gaster related happen to them. We know that's not the full case, and there seems to be evidence to support that Jevil went insane via whatever Sham did. Spamton was obviously related to Tenna. Obviously, chapter 3's secret bosses are kind of the Knight and also the Shadow Mantle. And then chapter 4, Gerson really isn't like an insane. Like, he didn't fall to the Shadow Crystal or make him lose his mind or whatever. He was just an actual Lightner that became a Darkner because he died. So we kind of have new information, but having new information about what's that? It's creepy. Or it's supposed to be big lips and big eyes. Is that what it's supposed to be, like a bunch of makeup? That's funny. But I love that. Also, it being funny. I love seeing Tenna. We don't get to see too much of Tenna outside of chapter 3. You get a little bit moments of him with chapter 4, like with King and Lancer, and then obviously whatever stuff he says in his room. But he doesn't have like a decent amount of other stuff. So it is interesting to note that if you don't take him to Metaton immediately, you can get extra stuff. I don't know if we keep him in Castletown, something will happen. I'm gonna assume that more stuff will happen if we keep him in Castletown progressively. However, this also does mean in Chapter 5, we will be able to see this as well, which is interesting. Chapter 5, Progress Update. Progress is going excellently. We have begun localizations process. We've extracted the game from the game 8 and 4 and noted all the text notes for the translator. After localization meets its final patience, we'll begin testing with professional testing team. We also start examining the game operates on consoles. We'll start considering that in January. Okay, already that's a great start. If I had to give more of a realistic estimate, I believe that we will take several months for the game to release from where we are now. It feels crazy to say this even only 6 months ago. You guys only had chapters 1 and 2, but in a few months of the team will probably already be focusing their attention on chapter 6. That's pretty good. I don't think we're gonna have to wait insane, but like he said, just like a few months. I genuinely think we could probably see this new chapter in March or April, which is really cool. Few more details. All the rooms in the game have been more or less done, minus polish to the backgrounds. Almost all scenes in the game are complete. A single digit amount of them need visual polish. Okay, wow, that's cool. Most of the battles in the game are done except for a couple unfinished battle functions from beginning to end, but need adjustments to their pacing and bullet patterns to be completed. The game contains hours of fun. Oh, is Chapter 5 really big? The game contains hours. That seems like sectioned off. I don't know if I'm reading into that. A musical tidbit. Though it look through the soundtrack, this is the only song that doesn't spoil something. Most shopkeepers in the game use this music. Well, that's everything on Chapter 5. Shop 3. Most shopkeepers in the game use this music. Why is it doing Jevel's motif? This sounds good. Okay, it does have new motifs. The beginning sounded like the circus. And it still has world revolving stuff in it. This is really nice. I love that. Toby knocks it out of the park again. I thought that was going to go into Lost Girl for a second. That's interesting that it sounds a little bit like Jevel's theme, or it's the circus, I guess. I will say one thing I want to see from Chapter 5, or I guess future chapters, is more stuff with Jevel. Obviously, Spamton gets so much love. Obviously, the Knight and Gerson got a lot of love. Jevel's just kind of like out in like a ditch dead. The only really like nod to Jevel is if you have the Jevel's tail equipped in Tenna's boss fight when you actually do I think one of his acts. It changes if you have the Jevel's tail equipped, and it shows Jevel's laugh, or it plays Jevel's laugh when you click on it. It does something different. I think it's the gambling one. I think I'm not 100% sure. Chapter 3 and 4 look back. His clap, but with that, it's not very wintry. But since it's been around 6 months, isn't it a good time to look back on Chapter 4 and share our thoughts? Chapter 3 and 4 look back. Whoa, that's a cool concept. Chapter 3, like every other chapter, I started thinking ideas around 2016. The concept was a break from the regular format. Let's have a crazy board game like Mario Party. Let's have a TV character who will be like Mettaton. Ghost Trick was was still rather fresh in my memory. I really loved that 3D, the 3D from that game. I wanted to have a 3D character with the same kind of appeal. Around that time, I bought a Kinect and tried to do motion capture, thinking I could combine it with Miku Miku Dance to create a crazy dancing 3D TV character inspired by Mr. TV Denna. I composed the music for TV World in 2015. Yeah, one of the things people were talking about is if you go in to look at the files in the game, it's TV Time, TV World, even Black Knife, all have like IDs of being made from like 2015 to like 2018. Like when Deltarune Chapter 1 released or when Undertale got released. So like he's been working on stuff like this for a long time. I used the project file for Mettaton's battle theme as a base. Closer to release, I modified it and added the theme from Hip Shop and Green Room. I actually started composing a totally different concept for TV World in 2018, yeah, that focused on the motifs from the rest of the chapter, but my friend's reaction to it was like, yeah, sure, it's good. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go back to the original. Note this song is unfinished, don't take it seriously. Okay. I like it. Definitely like not as good as TV World. I can tell that right now. Okay, we don't need to listen to the full thing. That sounded like Mario. Yeah, TV Land. Okay, I drew Tenna in 2017 before his name was Mr. TV Guy. Okay, Mr. Tenna. Yeah, there's the flower thing. Hunch's oval arms hurt 2. Well, there's where that smash cut. Nice. I asked Canotites to make the 3D at first. I don't think we got any of the files through this anymore. Uh, Gigi drew the turnaround base concept. Served as the base for the pixelated crowns 3D model. The art world word art was put together by Audrey Warner and animated by Everdred. The concept of the character that speaks from word art was inspired by P.T. Bridget from the comic Pogo. Completing the graphics was time-consuming, but really it wasn't a massive hurdle. If there's any hurdle in the chapter in the chapter, it was the gameplay. Okay. Went through model iterations of different ideas for Tenna's boards. Originally, I wanted it to be like Mario Party or Black Base from Gunstar Heroes until I realized creating that would not be only inefficient, but also look like a lack of exploration during the chapter. So I switched to having a Super Mario Party 3 style overworld, and contained mini Zelda style maps. And I just decided that it would be the best thing if it was just one big map combined together. Then we also had the idea to create minigames. Seriously underestimated how much effort and direction they would require. I think the end result is pretty fun. I don't think I would have a bit off as much as of a new challenging, time-consuming as they would be. Okay, because the chapter is made up so many disparate parts, minigames, board cutscenes, all being created independently. It was very hard to figure out the pacing till nearly everything had been put together. After that, it became clear where the pacing was the problem. This originally projected scope of the game before anything was created. Okay. Oh, Susie Zillow and Cowboy. So the Cowboy actually did get cut. At the time, I'd assumed the boards would have been much quicker experience. Only the city board would have been far larger. With one mini-game within each half of the city, completing both games would allow you to go to a TV tower. There's no S-rank room in the original concept. Yeah, fun fact, the city board is still in the game. You can actually mod it in, and there's a playable feature, but it was just fully removed due to time constraints and pacing issues. After coding most of the game, here's what we had to come up with. Yeah, we already knew all that. Yeah, you can play this board. It's actually created a third board, but we tried making it because of dragging out the typical DR gameplay. Because of that, we added an overworld area in between each half of board 3. Backstage is made of wood and heavily featured sneaking mechanic. This is also where you originally fought of rules card. After defeating him, you get the controller and allow you to play as board 3 as Elena. She would cry up a storm, allowing you to access key card that will allow you to skip the rest of the board. Despite trying to add backstage as a breather of fresh air, it just made the game feel dragging. When we were watching friends play this version, everyone had to kind of get tired after board 2, so really we had to cut it. Yes, that is what people pretty much figured out. Yeah, cut it. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 was much easier to make, really. I figured Chapter 4 would be a lot harder. That being said, there's a few, we did have a few, what is that? Was that the, the Titan designs. Oh, those look sick. There's Gerson. I love the robe. The robe look is funny. Oh, That being said, we did have a few lesser difficulties. Originally, the climb mechanic was just use the normal overworld movement with climbing graphics that felt very mushy, so I programmed the new climbing system myself. This is the only thing that I got to program, so I get to point it out. Other change involved. Oh yeah, because Toby doesn't really do the programming really anymore. Other change involved layout of the Dark Sanctuary. Originally, we wanted to create a non-linear, interconnected dungeon, kind of similar to Zelda. However, having a non-linear structure made it difficult to have a linear series of story events. This caused the implementation of the old man to feel really weak, so the structure was changed to be linear just like everything else. Lol. Finally, if there's only one part that was annoying to make, it was a section in Noelle's house because we were introducing a new mechanic. I really wanted to make it feel like it wasn't wasted. My first concept was that you would have to set up a Rube Goldberg machine involving a bunch of crazy parts. For example, you had to launch a treat with a treat machine over to the bathroom, which would attract a hungry Asgore to sit between Noelle and Susie. And then it didn't work out right. We tried installing a toy train that would go all the way through the house and make puzzles around this. I was having so much trouble. I ended up asking a friend Andrew Hussey for ideas. Oh wow, he just fully asked Andrew Hussey. Wow, if you don't know, that's the person who made what's it Homestuck. I'm gonna toss a few that sound really. Oh, okay, bad word, but let's just roll with it. See where it goes. Imagine, instead of catching Snoopy on the table at the center, there's a large Buster McGee screaming in this classic pose. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of that. Ultimately, I realized focusing this story and atmosphere was the best. Finally, remember we had more time. I think I planned it out. So yeah, we have the fire extinguisher NPC, animated bookhead. Oh wow, the sands dancing with Torio. Sup, kid. By the way, Hammer of Justice is another song I started making by the beginning of 2016. I think the final arrangement is pretty good, but since I didn't create it for 7 years, the original piano sketch is the main version is what I remember. This sounds similar. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I hope you guys aren't having trouble hearing this. I would be very disappointed if you couldn't hear it properly. Does it have the good part that I really love? Ooh. I love that. Okay, it kicks off too quickly. Okay, that's my favorite part of it. Hammer Justice is like my favorite song. Hearing it in piano is interesting because it uses like a banjo, and that part there is my favorite part of the song. The it keeps it usually there's like more quiet parts and then it goes into the fast. It goes into the fast pace instantly. And it's piano. It did sound good, but that's very interesting. I love that. Main team breakdown. I feel like the credits aren't clear enough, so let's talk about the main team a bit. Oh, sorry, a hiccup. Ugh. Since around Chapter 2, Sarah programs most of the cutscenes in Chapter 3 and 4, handled localization implemented, handed patches of the game, building the game on every platform, help with testing, organization, also had to remake Noelle's house sequence 3 times, occasionally makes journal comics, and has a hydroponic garden growing in recycled trash, grew an avocado plant in a Spampton popcorn bucket, excuse me? Quote, every time I work on a scene with a snack tray in Chapter 4, it made me wanted a cheesed cracker. Fred, programming all boards on Chapter 3, most overworld rooms in Chapter 3 and 4. Apparently his favorite food is tacos, and he almost left that as a text in-game. He made a game called Love. Gene. Programmed the logic of the bosses and enemies and created all acts. Also created all of the attacks for Rules, Lalano, and Elena. And also worked on the game called Death's Gambit. Taxi assembled the rhythm game as well as some other complex visual sequences like Chris falling Falling into the prophet. Oh yeah, the when you're falling down into the Titan with Susie. Also made some attacks like the Knight's Star attack, box cutting attack, and also Shudda's attacks. Made a project called a Moment to Midnight. Temju basically everything. Also really obsessed with baking for a while. Yes, I follow her on Twitter. She does a lot of baking stuff recently. Toby did something new from chapter 3. Alex programmed many of the bullet patterns, also programmed Susie Zilla and made all of Titan's attacks and the Knight's rotating slash and final attacks. Program many bullet pattern. Oh, sorry. Pure question. Program many of the bullet patterns, including Jackenstein's attacks and majority of the regular enemies, along with Alex. Created a game called Star Providence. New from chapter 4. Sorry if I get this wrong. Angel handed the Titan Tower and few overworld rooms in Chapter 4, all the Switch 2 exclusive content, and Pluie, now the main overworld programmer for Chapter 5. Cool, I think my favorite part of Chapter 4's development was when I got to dual-wield cats for a while. I wish I could do that IRL for all day, every day. Juiced. He did the tiling and assembled visual background details for Chapter 3, 4, and 5. Sarah JS did various visual effects and difficult programming things, helped out with lighting, ripples, prophecies of chapter 4, and now creating cutscenes for chapter 5. Andy worked on creating 3 Michaels. Oh, the 3 Mikes. The 3 Michael, don't leave me here. And the game's Jongleur and Bad at, now working on things he doesn't even know what they are, created the game Knuckle Sandwich. Quote, I had to move my workspace into another room because I was yelling at my microphone too much. Robert, producer that has a soft spot for older Japanese men and history. While generally not involved with the core development process, he works with the team's organization, task management, and publishing guidance. May actually be a frog. Guests. Undi, sorry about that if I pronounced that wrong. Help out as a guest. Cooking minigame. Also created important things for Chapter 5. Created trust bankers and more. James helped out as a guest to do the cowboy game. Also made the tornado vortex and spin when everyone's actor Ive. Question mark. Programming boss bullets for Chapter 5. Why would you put that? Oh yeah, Square Enix collab. Yeah, they did Square Enix collab. I don't really need to talk about that too much. We have the first sale, the first winter sale. We do that. We not really anything too big. It's on sale right now for 20% off. It's only $25 normally, so 20% is a pretty big deal. It won't be Toby on Twitter said it wouldn't really be discounted very often, so this is a really good snag. So if you haven't gotten Deltarune yet, for whatever reason, I recommend you getting it now. It's only going to increase in value as more chapters are made, as chapter, I believe, 5, 6, 7, and if they do more than 7, are all going to be free, and just free updates to the base game. Conclusion, chapter 5 is still moving along. Now, happy 2026, with a nice queen picture. Okay, well, that is it for this video. Very looking forward to, obviously, Chapter 5. I love the shop stuff we got, the stuff with this. This lore is very interesting. I'm very excited to see how we get stuff down the line in the future. I think that Chapter 5 is going to be even better than Chapter 3 and 4. Chapter 3 and 4 are better than Chapter 1 and 2 for me, and, it's even better. I feel like it's just going to continue getting better and better. I love Chapter 3. When I did my review, I said I don't know if I like Chapter 2 or more than Chapter 3. I went back and I think each chapter progressively gets better and better. Chapter 4's stakes are just so big. I feel like Chapter 5 is going to be so interesting, especially with theories and stuff. I cannot wait for Chapter 5, but at the same time, it's going to feel a little weird getting one single chapter after we just got 2 big chapters, but it also feels like, according to this, the game contains hours of fun. Maybe this will be the biggest chapter we've seen yet. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay noble. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.